evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good start to your week. I'm just doing some late night weeding, in case you're wondering why I'm sitting outside when it's dark. It's also quite a lot cooler to do it at this time of night, especially in Queensland. And I wanted to jump on and talk to you about how to deal with the frustrations of workplace bullying and what that kind of looks like. And I guess I've had to learn the hard way to deal with workplace bullying and the frustrations that come along with it, instead of, I guess, fighting against it and kind of trying to fight my bully. I, over time, learnt to control my own reactions to the situations and make sure that I minimized the amount of reactions I gave my bullies. And this takes a lot of time and a lot of practice and a lot of resilience, because it's not easy. It's really hard in the moment not to bite back or kind of break down and just shut down. Whereas, and I know I've talked about this in another video, if you change your reaction to something that the bully's not going to expect. If they're expecting you to be angry, then you could potentially just not react at all. Or even react with extreme kindness and being nice, you need to kind of throw your bully off guard, is what I've found, because then you take back the power for yourself rather than allowing them to have the power and allowing them to dictate your emotions and how you react to different situations. So I guess this has taken a long time for me to learn a lot of different techniques to be able to kind of minimize my frustration and maximize my ability to be able to I guess, react in a way that isn't really a reaction. It's actually an empowering behavior on my behalf, because I can make sure that the bully isn't getting the reaction that they want from me. But I can obviously then say, if they are trying to make me upset or maybe trying to exclude me, then I could obviously remove myself from the situation, but also I could recognize that and maybe even call it out and actually have the confidence to be able to call that out. And a lot of the times there are kind of aggressive bullies, and there's bullies that don't really kind of want to be called out. And so by essentially calling that out, and a lot of people can be those empowering people in those workplaces that call bullying out, because maybe you're not being bullied at that particular time, but you know that if you recognize it in your workplace, there is a good chance that you could be next. So if you could even just call that behavior out, and that throws the bully off actually quite considerably. And I've seen it happen, and I've actually been able to do that on my own behalf, because to help someone else. And it does really throw them off, because they're kind of they want to be that silent bully that doesn't get called out, doesn't get recognized for the actions that they have, and they get really embarrassed. And that's kind of another way of turning workplace bullying frustrations around, and so that it's actually the bully that's kind of accountable for their actions, and you can have that empowered belief and behavior in yourself, because you're not at the whims of this bullying behavior from someone in your workplace. So I just thought I'd give you a couple of tips about dealing with frustrations in a different way than most people. Obviously, kind of give you advice. You don't want to kind of react negatively, and there's a whole host of different methods that people have kind of told me over the years, and unfortunately they either don't work or they inflame the situation. And a lot of people don't react or don't speak up because they're concerned about the bully's reactions or the repercussions for speaking up. But if you do it in an empowered way, there is actually ways that you can turn the tide and overcome your workplace bullying situation in unique ways, but you just do have to kind of think outside the box and make sure you stay 1 or 2 steps ahead of your workplace bullying. But it's 100% doable, and I'm living proof of that. So I just want to give any of you that are struggling with workplace bullying at the moment hope. Coming into the Christmas season, it is extra hard, and especially going into the new year, if you're dreading going back to work and trying to find an out. I've been there. I've applied for heaps and heaps of jobs, probably over 25 at one time, in order to try and escape. But there are other ways out there, and there's strategies that you can implement. And if you just need a little bit of help and support, that's okay too. So I'll leave you with that for tonight, and I'll chat to you again soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.